Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy Thursday. I am so excited to be here with you today. We are talking all about how to build an exceptional virtual assistant portfolio, one that makes your dream clients go, oh my gosh, I need to hire you immediately. But first, if you are new to this community, I want to welcome you in. Welcome to MomXVA. This is truly the space in the community for moms who are redefining what's possible in motherhood, because I found that the VA industry, yes, it's all about being a virtual assistant and, earning amazing income from home, being able to use your adult skills. But truly what I found about the VA industry is that it is this big fat permission slip and big fat open door for us mamas who want to be home with our kids, who want to tuck our kids in for nap times, who want to take them to the park in the middle of the day, who want to dance through Target totally unhinged and still have this guilt-free yes life. And so I've really found that the virtual assistant industry is what has allowed me, and I've helped hundreds of students book out their virtual assistant businesses, do exactly that. So yes, it's about being a virtual assistant, but it's also about so much more. I think it boils down to the fact that motherhood doesn't have to come at a cost or a sacrifice. We truly get to have it all in motherhood. So excited to dive in with you today and walk you through some of my secrets, some of my strategies, some of the things that I found through building my own virtual assistant business, and also helping hundreds of women do that too. These are the hacks and the secrets when it comes to a virtual assistant portfolio. So first, let's dive in with what is a VA portfolio and how is it different than a resume? And let me know too in the comments, have you ever wondered this? Do you have a VA portfolio? Are you going to create one after this training? Let me know where you're at too, so that I can give you exactly what you need to build a beautiful portfolio that has your clients being like, yes, I need you. Can you start today? So one of the biggest things to know about virtual assistant portfolios in why they are different than resumes. A resume lists everything you've done in the past. It lists the timelines, the companies that you've worked for, projects you've worked on, all of that. And that is not what a VA portfolio is at all. So I think that is actually one of the really cool things. In a VA portfolio, it's forward focused, it's future focused, it's on what you can do for clients, which means you really get to craft and create and build a brand for yourself. And I'm going to talk about some of the messaging and positioning secrets that I know that work really, really well, where you get to build this brand. And essentially what a brand is an emotion, it's an experience, it's a feeling that your people get when they land on your portfolio, when they see your application. And so think about that too, as people move through emotions. And so you do want to evoke emotions in your VA portfolio. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that today. So know that your VA portfolio is forward and future focused, and that you are listing what you can do for your clients, which is really fun because you get to daydream up your dream VA business, the things that you would love to do on a daily basis, and you get to create your whole business and brand around that. So that's number one thing to know about VA portfolios, is that they're very different from your traditional job resume. So I'm going to be walking you through the 8 pages that you will want to have in your portfolio, and I'll talk about each and what you should put in there. And then I'm going to be sharing some strategies and hacks that I found. I have a team of over 10, so I've hired a lot of VAs as well as helped train hundreds of VAs, and I run a VA agency, so I take some of the VAs that I have trained and pair them with entrepreneurs who are looking to scale. So I'm going to be sharing some of the learnings and lessons and strategies and secrets from all of that you can go implement and apply immediately today. So if you are excited for that, drop a yes in the chat. I am so excited to dive in with you. So let's talk first about your portfolio. What should be in a portfolio? The first thing I want you to know is that first impressions matter. They do. Whether that's a good or bad thing, they do. And so you want to be mindful before we dive into the pages. Do be mindful. Spelling, grammar, punctuation, the aesthetic. Is it crowded? Is it is there white space? Are your margins appropriate? Because if you can think about it from the business owner's perspective, if they have a job posted, they get a lot of portfolios. And so they're going to do this quick skim, like first glance, first impression, when they look through the portfolios. And it's based off emotion, and it's based off of like, they see something that they like and they feel something in their body and they're like, yes, like I want to read this portfolio. So that's like my very first, before we dive into the nuts and bolts of what's inside a portfolio, I do want you to be mindful that first impressions matter. Grammar, punctuation, is it visually pleasing? Myself, from a business owner's perspective, with my team of over 10, if I see a portfolio that has punctuation and spelling errors in it, or an application, that's an immediate no for me, because the people on my team are reflections of the quality and the integrity of our work and how we serve our clients. And so know that, like, be so mindful of that through the lens of business owners, when they're looking at your portfolio, like those first impressions really do matter. So let's dive in. The first page in your portfolio is the welcome page, or it's the cover page, right? And so one of the things, I have a strong stance on this. I know not everyone does. I strongly believe that your face should be on the cover of your portfolio. And here is why. Because think about this from the business owner's perspective. If they're looking at a stock photo on the cover of your portfolio, what connection or resonance does that give them? You can find, like, stock photos are a dime a dozen, right? And there's a lot of VAs that do that. So that could be like your one and only thing you change today, and go book some clients. Because it's like I said, people move from emotion, and when they can see your beautiful smiling face, and they're like, you just feel this connection with people. Like, you being on this live right here, you're watching me talk, like there's a lot of trust that's built in people seeing and feeling who you are. And so that's number one. Cover page should have your photo on it. If you don't have professional photos, couple things. One, the first thing that I did when I was building my business, one of my daughter's best friends, her mom is an amateur photographer. She's so talented. She doesn't have a business doing it. So I was like, hey, can I just like come over for 20 minutes one day after I drop the kids off at school? Can you just take pictures of me? And I gave her an anthropology gift card because she loves anthropology. So know that, like, if you have a friend who, even iPhone pictures, amazing. They don't have to be professional photos. So if you know anyone that likes taking pictures, ask them to take some nice photos of you. Or the other thing you could do is just have a selfie date. Put on your favorite top, like brush your hair, maybe put some lipstick on, prop your phone in the light. So put it on a window ledge and then put it on selfie mode. So the light from the window is facing you. It will make you glow, and just take a couple pictures, like literally 5 minutes. That's all you need. And you can use these photos in your portfolio. So if you don't have photos, that's no excuse. You can go get some today. Like, you could just take a couple today and put them in your portfolio. So the next thing I want you to know about your cover page, this is real estate. This is first impression real estate. And so you want to make sure that you are leveraging this real estate to position yourself as an expert. I'm going to talk a little bit at the end of this about my hacks when it comes to helping position yourself as an expert. But know that. So instead of saying virtual assistant on your cover page, I want you to choose which services you're an expert in. Administrative expert, project management expert, social media expert, and you put that on your cover page. Okay, let's move on. So page 2 is your welcome page. And this is where they get that first taste and impression of you. You can think of it like dating too. Your portfolio is like dating and wooing your clients. And when you're dating someone, please never ask them to marry you on the first date, right? Like, that's an immediate no, like red flag, no way. And you don't want to do that in your portfolio either. It's like page by page, you're building this, like you're dropping like subtly more information, and like, it's like the tease, like the first page is like first impressions, like aesthetic. They see your face and they're like, let me turn the page here. What's this person all about? And then the second page, they get another little taste of you, just enough for them to keep looking through your portfolio. So your welcome page usually says welcome at the top, your name, and then again, your positioning statement, your services plus expert. And just pick one service that you have done for a while in a professional career. Okay, and then you have about 2 paragraphs. You have a photo of yourself too. Make sure you have a photo. And then you just have like 2 paragraphs, very high level, amazing to meet you. I'm so excited to connect. Very brief about what you do. You can put in your USP, which is, something like with 10 years of professional experience in human resources. I'm so excited to bring my expert project management and clients experience background to your business. And then the next thing in these 2 paragraphs, you're going to just have a very short what you can do for them. Because again, people buy on emotions and feeling. They buy on the outcome, not the services that you do as a VA. So when you are thinking about the services that you offer as a VA, what is the outcome of you doing those in their business? Are they going to earn more money? Are they going to get time back? Are they not going to wake up at 2 a.m. stressed by a really long to-do list? You want to think about that. Put that in your welcome page. Okay, next page is your services. This is where you list the 3 to 5 main services that you offer. Know too that just because you have these 3 to 5 services doesn't mean that you can't not do other VA roles and you can't not apply for other VA roles. You're just simply taking your professional background, picking 3 to 5 themes from there: project management, administrative support, social media management, tech setup, all that stuff, funnels, automations, like whatever you love doing, what you have experience with in your background. Those are your services. And you can list your services and then give a couple just examples, like high level examples. So like say social media management was a service, then you could list out, content creation, post scheduling, engagement, like all of that stuff. So just list a couple examples within each service. Next page is your rates. That's like a whole training on how to price your services, but just very high level. If you're a new VA, I would say $25 to $30 an hour if you're going to do hourly pricing. I would also recommend having some service-based packages. So if you are doing social media, for example, you could just tier the level of things that you do in a person's business for social media. So, like 10 posts a week is like your premium social media package, and you price based on what you're delivering instead of the time that you spend. So cover, welcome, services. So page 4 is pricing. The next page that you have, and now this depends if you've had experience, if you want to pull experience into your portfolio, you can do testimonials, and then you can do work examples or specs, and I'll break down what exactly those mean too. So for testimonials, know that if you're new to a VA, you can ask former or current colleagues and bosses to give you a testimonial, and they're just speaking to your like how it is to work with you, how you get things done. And it just, a couple sentences is perfect. If they're willing to share a photo that you can put in there too, that's amazing. And then for work examples or specs. So know too, if you have not been a VA before, you can use corporate examples and make sure, I've seen this in portfolios, make sure you're giving context. So don't just pull up a screenshot of some project that you've done and say like project management project or, whatever. Give context. So this was the project when I started, this is what I did, and this was the outcome. If you don't have any of that, totally fine. What you can actually do is create a spec. And this is an example of what you can do. So if you want to do social media for clients, you could go create some really kick-ass graphics in Canva, download them, and put them in your portfolio to show people an example of what you can do in their business. The next page is your promises. And it doesn't have to be exactly promises, but it is something where you are talking about your values, your integrity, your ethics, like how clients will feel and what they will see when they work with you. And like I have 4 on mine, and it's just, timely responses, like trying to remember what else, getting work done, like being available, confidentiality, like all of that. And you think about, this is also really cool too, because values alignment, like imagine, let's say that faith is really important to you. Wouldn't it be a dream if you had clients where faith was also important to them? And so you can put that, like infuse your values and unique characteristics and qualities into your portfolio, because when your dream clients read that, just like we've talked about, I think that's like the theme of this training, is that people move off of emotion and feelings, not just facts. The facts come after, the logic comes after, but the first thing, it's like that first impression, right? Like you're dating and wooing this potential client. And so when you can put some of those unique qualities and characteristics about you, faith is important. Maybe you're a mom. You love horses. You take bubble baths every night. Okay, fine. I'm talking about myself here. But, put that stuff in because your dream clients will see that. And if they also align with that, they want to talk to you. Because to them too, it's also a dream if they can have people on their team who, have similar beliefs and values and a lifestyle. Like, that's awesome. That is awesome. Like, for example, most of the people on my team are parents, and we all have that in common, that we are in this because we don't want to be tied to like a 9 to 5 to really rigid hours. Like, we value our flexibility so much, and we all have that in common, and it makes us work harder. So we're like, this is just so cool. Like, when we work and we're on and we're like all in, and then we're with our kids and we're not working. So no, like, make sure to call out like unique parts of you. Okay, and then you want to have a more in-depth about me. And this, like, going back to the dating, you're kind of building to this, where then you're going to tell them all about you. And usually it's a couple of paragraphs. You can kind of go from, who you are, your past work experience, to why you love being a virtual assistant. And then again, going a bit deeper into what you can do for them. And then, if you want, this is not a requirement, but if you want to have the next page just be like a lifestyle photo of you and a quote that you stand by that your dream clients will resonate with, you can do that. And then your last page in your portfolio is your contact page. And here, be assumptive. Tell them what you want them to do next. I can't wait to connect with you. Click the link below and book a time for us to chat. And you can hyperlink. If you have Calendly, you can get a free Calendly account and set up a booking link there where people can just go and land on your calendar. Or you can put your email address, your phone number, whatever you're comfortable sharing. But you want to make sure that you're telling people what to do next and then making it really easy for them, hyperlink when possible. Okay, so that's your VA portfolio. What do you guys think? I can't see your comments. Let me see if I can pull up on my computer. If I can see your comments from there. And then we'll go into, okay, cool. Oh, I'm so glad. Shanita, Leslie, hello, beautiful ladies. All right, cool. I'm so glad that it's helpful. Amazing. All right, so now let's go into some of the hacks and secrets that I have for you through hiring team, training virtual assistants, being a VA myself. One. This is so important. And if you've watched some of the trainings that are in this group too, you've heard me talk about this a million times. This is, you are an expert from day one. And I want you to own that fully, completely, wholeheartedly. I am an expert. I am not a new VA. I am an expert because I'm leveraging my past professional experience. And this also is what makes you one of a kind as a virtual assistant. And you get to just like fully own that and stay in your lane, blinders on. Who cares what other people are doing? Like, you're a VA. This is what you're doing. This is your past experience. Let's say I know Leslie's on. So Leslie's a teacher. She has amazing teaching experience. And so she can own her expertise as a teacher and think about like, oh my gosh, there's so many tidbits that you can pull out that teachers have. So project management, because they manage their students, they manage timelines, deliverables, chain of communication, homework. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so in admiration of all of you teachers because there's so many details to manage on a day by day. Then think about your organizational skills, like administrative support, because holy cow, you're a ninja. You basically have to manage like 20 to 30 students in a classroom, plus like all the school communication. And then another service is like client experience, like all your communication skills, managing people, communication, like all of that. So you are an expert in your experience and in these things, and you get to leverage them as a VA. So know too, like, on this, another thing that I wanted to cover for my like secrets and hacks for your portfolio is, this is like today, here on out, we are dropping we're dropping newbie energy. You are not new. Even if it's day one as a VA, you're not new. You're already an expert because you have amazing, incredible experience that you get to leverage. And so in your portfolio, in your applications, if anywhere that you've said, I'm becoming a VA, I'm a new VA, I'm excited to be a VA, delete. Like, go delete immediately. You are a VA, you are an expert, and think about it too. Like, any thing that you're doing for your business and your brand, think about it from the perspective also of people who are hiring your dream clients. Like, if you say, I'm a new VA, I'm so excited to get my first client, like, which is, yes, true, but as a business owner, they're like, you know, cool. But if you're like, I have 10 years of teaching experience and I've done this, this, and this, and I'm so excited to bring these skills to your business so that you can grow faster, work less, like whatever, they're going to be like, yeah, yes, you. So that's like one of the biggest things for your portfolio is just own your expertise and drop the newbie energy, drop the question marks. It's like, this is such a fun question to ask you. If you knew that booking out your virtual assistant business was inevitable, if you knew that earning 5K months as a VA was inevitable, you drop the timeline, you drop needing to know exactly how, but you just decide there's no plan B, this is happening and I'm owning and claiming it today, how would you show up differently? How would you own your authority and your expertise? And then choose to align with that. Yeah? And you ask it, like, after this training, go just journal on that question a little bit. Like, how would it affect how you would show up? Because I tell you, like, part of my story, summer of 2022, I decided I was going to start my own business. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Like, what can I even do? I didn't know the virtual assistant industry existed. And I just started, like, moving in alignment. I'm like, I see these women earning 30K months. It broke my brain because that's what I earned my first year out of college. But I was like, if they're doing it, I can do it too. And so I just started moving in alignment with that. Is like, what would they do? Investing in mentorship, expanding my skill set, like putting myself in rooms where people were already doing that. It took me 6 months from that point, invested a ton of money to, expand who I was. And in 6 months, I'd earned $132 total. And that was right before I found the VA industry. And I was like, I'm done. But I just knew, I saw other people doing it. I couldn't give up. I couldn't quit. There's no, to me, there was no plan B because I knew I could do it. And it was always just a matter of, I just have more to learn. There's more skills to learn. Building a business is like a whole nother education that they don't really teach you in college. And it was month 7, found the VA industry, quickly booked out my business, and things just started quantum leaping. But I think about the fact, if I had quit when I wasn't yet seeing success or results, I would not be here talking to you today. And so, for you, I just want you, decide that it's not gonna not work out. There is no plan B. And, from the lens of okay, so it took me 6 months to start earning money. That's nothing in the span of a lifetime. If it takes you a year to figure out how to start earning money, once you have the skill to earn money, it doesn't even matter what industry you're in. You can do anything. And so I just want you to know you're an expert from day one. If you have don't have a plan B. You decide, yes, you can have a bridge job, have a career until you do start generating income in your business. But if you're just I'm doing this no matter what, and I'm going to figure it out until I do it, that is the vibe. That is the vibe. Okay, so going into that kind of was a random tangent, but I'm so here for just the randoms. I kind of just trust that what we talk about on these lives, someone needs to hear it. So I hope that landed for you. If it did land, let me know in the chat. Okay, so now let's go. We talked about this a little bit at the beginning of this training, and that is that first impressions matter. The visual aesthetic of your portfolio matters. It just does. Unfortunately, I wish we could say first impressions didn't matter, that aesthetics don't matter, but they actually do. And so for you, just, through the lens of your clients, they don't want to hire someone who can't spell, who can't use punctuation, because their team is a representation of their business, their values, their integrity, how they serve their clients. And so, simple. Ask a friend to review your portfolio. Drop it in this community. So there's nearly 10,000 VAs in this community. People can take a look at your portfolio, give you suggestions, feedback. If you're not in mentorship, go work with a program. Hi, my name is Brie. We can help you with this. That will help. We have plug and play portfolio templates that, my students that have used these templates, some of them have gotten hired without discovery calls. They see their portfolio and they're just yeah, hi, let's go. So that too, there's so many different options for you. Okay, so first impressions matter. We talked a bit, it looks like I have notes here. So I've covered a lot of these, the value alignment, make sure that you're bringing yourself into your brand, just those weird quirks. And here's the thing too, you guys, what you are unapologetic about, what you fully own, you normalize for your clients. And it's also a big fat walking permission slip. Like I think about the fact that I work from my kids' playroom. I don't have another option. Our house is small. I work where I can. I built my business from my kitchen table. And so you'll see all the toys and it's definitely not perfect in here, but this is where I'm at in my season of life, and I'm just going to own that. And you get to own that too. And if you're a mom, like most of us in this community are moms, put that in your portfolio. There's a lot of business owners who are also parents. That's why they choose entrepreneurship. And so they're going to love the fact that you get where they're at, and you're going to love the fact that they get where you're at too. And then just really we've covered so many of these, but the owning your expertise, you are not new. Even if you have just started your virtual assistant business, the energy that you want to claim and own is that you're already an expert, because whatever you've done in your career, if you've worked retail for years, dude, that's amazing experience that you can bring into being a VA, like client experience, community management, onboarding, offboarding. If you've just done social media for yourself and you think it's really fun, go offer that as services. Everything is feedback too. To me, business is this playground. We get to play, we get to experiment, we get to tweak, see what resonates, see what lands. And so say you decide to today, you're like, well, I'm going to go offer some new services. Just go try it. See what happens. If people don't respond, then you can tweak your services, you can tweak your messaging, positioning. Here's the fascinating thing, and then we'll wrap up, is you could be the most amazing virtual assistant, and you could offer the most amazing services that will truly change a business owner's life. But if they don't understand the value, coming back to messaging and positioning, why it's such a valuable skill for you to have as a VA and as a business owner, they don't understand the value, they're not going to move. And so really mastering your messaging, your positioning, your energy, owning your expertise and knowing how to translate that. And if you're like, okay, I get what you're saying, but I want more context and details, go listen to a couple of the past live trainings that we've done in this community, because I talk a lot about that. About selling the future, not the features, and really how to translate that into what your dream clients, when you work with them, will feel, what they'll see in their business, all of that. Okay. All right. I got to hop off. I'm doing a VIP day with one of my clients, Meg, and she joined my VA program about almost 6 months ago, I think. And she's shooting for 30K months. And so we have a one-to-one VIP day, and I have a call with her in 2 minutes. I'm so excited to spend the day with her and really help her map out what it would look like to scale to 30K months in the VA industry, which is so possible and so doable. And I think that's one of the things I love most about this industry. It's infinitely scalable when you know how to do time leverage strategies. So fun. If you are new or you're ready to scale as a VA, send me a message or just DM your favorite emoji on this live, and I'll send you a message and we can chat about some of the ways that I can support you and help you grow your business, whether it's day one or you are just ready to scale, go to the moon, hit 5K months, 30K months like Meg, whatever it is. Please know that I'm here for you. I love this industry more than anything, and it's just so fun. We all get to be walking permission slips for our kids, our families, for other women. You have no idea how many people you will inspire and motivate to step into their dream lives just by you deciding to go all in on yourself and your life and what's possible for you. Okay. I love you guys so much. I will see you next week for our live training. It's on the same day, same time, next Thursday at 9 a.m. Central. All right. Bye, everybody.